Saturday, May 11th. So it's 7 at night, just starting to rain. Day before Mother's Day. Just want to talk about what I did this week. This is the package hive. Took a look at it. A funny way they're building comb. They're built about 3/4 of the way down from the top bar. And it has sporadic brood, but nothing finished yet. So they haven't gotten to the bottom of the frames on this. I topped off the food and I took one of the empty frames on the end and I moved it into the middle to encourage them to move a little further into the brood area. Looking over here at this hive, the cedar hive, I made a change. I put 2 boxes on this to thwart swarming and also in hopes that with the nectar flow they would build up. This hive still has a treatment on it, has formic acid on it. In the top 2 boxes, I swapped out all the foundation frames that I had, and I put in drawn comb. What I noticed when I went to swap out the formic acid is that they're not occupying the top boxes at all. There were some bees up in there sleeping, resting, but they're not coming up into the comb. So one of the things they say about adding boxes during the honey flow is if you build with drawn comb, it will entice them up and they'll store faster, so I swapped it out. I was actually hoping that they would build some comb out for me in the box that's down below. I have that set in there so that the bees will fly out and go inside the hive. But they're not doing it, and actually I think it has to be warmer for them to be able to do it, so I switched to my plan and I put drawn comb in there hoping they'll start to store nectar. This is an 8-frame hive, and my neighbor down the street had a swarm. He's got too many hives as it is, so he gave me the swarm. It was a 5-frame nuke. I put it in the bottom box, and I gave him 2 boxes full of drawn comb. And I put the feeder on. I had a little excess food, so I just poured it in there instead of letting it go to waste. One more hive over here. This is a hive that I got last Sunday during the pouring rain. It was a colony that was down on the ground in a puddle, and I scooped it out and I put it in this box. It's a lay-ins box. That's 1 box, and the frames run from the top of the box down to the bottom. They're a different type of hive. It's one that you typically see in Spain. This is a lay-ins nuke. Typical lay-ins hive is a lot longer than this, but this is a starter hive. So the hive is starting. They're building out comb on the foundation sheets. The challenge with this is I see no brood. So I think I have lots of bees in here, but I have no queen. She didn't make the trip. She must have drowned or she didn't survive the puddle that we got them all out of. So I'm gonna wait and see if they surprise me. In a week or so, if I don't see any brood starting, and I think they have more than enough comb now for her to be laying, I'll give this hive a queen. But for right now, they do not seem to have a queen. Tons and tons of bees, and they're building out comb like crazy on these. Some of the comb looked a little funny. It was cross comb. I had to straighten it out. But other than that, I think they'll do okay and build it out. So we'll see. This is a work in progress. Lots of queen cells I'm hearing this time of year, so it shouldn't be too hard to find a queen for this if it needs one. And down the other end, those hives, status quo. I got to the 10 days of the first part of the formic treatment, and I went and swapped them out. I looked for queen cells. There are no queen cells, but I did see 1 queen cup with royal jelly in it, which means any moment now. I have a swarm trap that I never deployed. It's sitting by the garage, and it's already caught a swarm in the past, and there's tons and tons of bees inspecting it. So I don't know if it's one of those hives looking to swarm that the scouts are out looking. We were having a conversation about whether or not scouts go before the swarm issues, or if it's always about, a swarm goes out and then the bivouac is sitting on a tree while the scouts go look. So I think they're preordained to do it. And there's one other thing that I looked at, my water bucket. It froze over the winter and cracked. I didn't notice it, so I'll have to get a new one and give the bees some water. So that's the report from Brand Hollow Apiary today. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, which is okay. I'm in a queen rearing course, so let these girls do their thing.